This video's description will be a gold mine to a bunch of links and articles that I've collected over the last few years. What's going on, YouTube? Welcome back to another video. My name is Sikky Beats. I'm a producer from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Hope you guys are doing great. Welcome back to the producer vlog series. A few days ago, I asked on YouTube's community section, ask me anything, whatever you guys want. And I'm gonna do a video answering all of your questions. So today, I have a few questions from you right here, as well as a few questions from Instagram as well. Before we get into today's video, go ahead and leave a like, go ahead and subscribe if you have not already, and go and follow me on Twitter and Instagram where I post more content just like this. That's out of the way. Let's get into today's video. So, like I said, I asked a couple of questions on Instagram and on the YouTube community tab, and I'm gonna answer them today. So let's start with YouTube. Akshay Roop asks, how do you sidechain your kicks and 808s? I sidechain my kicks and 808s with two plugins. I use a Fruity Peak controller on the kick drum, and I use that to control the volume fader or a volume parameter on a plugin that's on the 808. In an upcoming video, I will show you how to do this because I think this is by far the greatest and best way to do this that I've ever seen, and I don't think a lot of people show you how to do this. Thanks Akshay for sending your question. Next question we have is from North ZM. He asks, how can I make my beats sound full? I mean making the beats feel like one sound and not different sounds lined up.
A, sound choice. B,
damn! Okay, good takes. Dan says this. So how do you make your beat sound full? Number one, the notes that you choose and where they sit in the octaves. Two is your arrangement. If you have a very simple verse and you have a very full sounding chorus, that contrast between the two elements really creates the bigness. Thank you for sending in your question, my guy. If you guys want to see a proper full video on this, be sure to leave a comment letting me know. Our next question comes from Colfester Beats, who asks, how did you create your beat selling website? I created my website with BeatStars. BeatStars has a tier in which they include what's called a pro page. When you use a pro page, they have a very simple layout on changing the font, the color of the website, the images that you add. It's very straightforward, it's really easy. That's how I created my website. You don't have to be a crazy computer programmer or a web developer to make this. That works for me, but really to each their own, and so, yeah. Go Tings! The next question comes from Shizzle Main, great name by the way. What is a tip or trick you recently learned but will apply going forward? This could be in your day-to-day life or music production. I think I can split this question into two parts. The one thing that I do with production, my music production stuff a lot, is I use the Fruity Parametric EQ and I cut out everything on the top and low end into just a small frequency range. That's something I do a lot recently. I'll probably start doing that a little bit less because it's kind of like becoming a thing that I crutch on. And something that I have started to do more in my day-to-day life is just to slow down and enjoy the peace and silence and appreciate the things around me. Things like the comfort of home, my family, my girlfriend, my dog Bruno, like all these little things. It's really helped me reach a level of more peacefulness, a zen or something, I don't know. I have better energy because I'm being more mindful of things around me. I do that by taking breaks from filming a video or making music and just going out to do a walk on the beach, spend time with my girlfriend or my dog or my family, and I really just enjoy dead silence sometimes. But maybe that's just me, I don't know. Thank you, Shizzlemain, for sending in your question. The next question we get comes from, I'm gonna say Asus Beats. He says, you're going to be huge soon with the content that you're uploading. Thank you, man, really appreciate that. What inspires you to make music and how did you learn all of this? I think what inspires me to make music is the feeling that I get after I've finished making a song and the feeling I get when I'm making something and I get an idea in my head that sounds great in my head, and I'm able to translate to what I'm doing on my computer screen. And how did I learn all of this? I think that's a great question, because when I started making beats, like, I don't know how long ago, I got really obsessed with learning as much information that I could on this. At some point I watched, I'm gonna guess, over 1,000 videos on YouTube about music production, sound design, mixing. I even playlisted a bunch of these videos into different categories, and I've organized them for myself so that I can go back and rewatch them when I need them. A couple of YouTube channels I think that really helped me grow to learn what I've learned so far. Pensado's Place, Dave Pensato's YouTube channel. Warbeats, when he still existed back in the day. MDL's channel, Mason Levy. He is a pop music producer, written for Justin Bieber and a bunch of other big pop artists. I'm probably forgetting a few channels right now, but those were some of my most favorite YouTubers to watch at the time, and still to this day I love watching Mason MDL do what he does. I'm gonna leave a link to these YouTube channels if I can find them. Another way that I learned was I read a lot of articles on different techniques, some really advanced stuff like acoustics, mixing, mastering, sound design, all that kind of stuff. A few books that I really enjoyed reading was The Mixing Engineer's Handbook and The Producer's Handbook by Bob. His name, the books were written by a guy named Bobby Owsinski. He's written a lot of great books. If you want to read some good articles, check out Sound on Sound magazine's website. They have a bunch of blog posts going into detail on analyzing different parts of music production and acoustics and the science of speakers and instruments and electronics, all that kind of stuff. It's definitely really nerdy. I think one of the ways that I learned was obsessing over the nerdy little things that most people don't care about, I think. If you're not following me on Twitter already, I'm going to leave a link to a Google Drive document with a buttload of information, like an overwhelmingly large amount of information on a number of different topics, channels, Instagram accounts, all that kind of stuff, so you guys can nerd the out on this shit. Aces Beats, thank you for sending in your question, man. I really appreciate you watching these videos and supporting the channel. The next question comes from Wave E, who asks, how do you make your own unique drum kits? I know there are a couple of different techniques, but how do you do it? There's a lot of ways that I design my drum sounds. One of the ways is I will go on YouTube and I will search up vinyl drum breaks, and I will listen to old records, drum breaks or drum beats in them, and then I will isolate different samples, layer them with other samples, and, you know, compress them. The second way that you can do that is sometimes I will find that I've made a really great beat and I really like the sound selection in there, and I've already mixed the beat. I'll render out all of the sounds after they've been mixed as single audio files and save them in a folder so that I can use them in the next beat. The third way that I do this is by using synthesizer plugins like Serum, Silent, VCV Rack, and some of the synthesizers that I have at home, like the Korg Monologue or Minilog, Juno 106, the Jupiter 8. I use those instruments to create different tones and sounds. And the fourth way that I do this is with my phone. I just go wherever I'm going and I record different sounds. If I am near some wind chimes, I might record some wind chimes all on my phone. You don't need a whole lot to create these sounds. A big focus for me when I'm creating drum sounds for myself is I want to try not to use recycled sounds, which is why I've been working on a crazy, amazing drum kit for the last 2 months. I've been running it through analog equipment that I have at home. I've also been able to send this drum kit to a friend of mine that works at a studio so that he can run it for me through the analog equipment that they have there. If you're looking for new inspirational sounds to use on your beats and get inspired, shameless plug, I definitely think that I try and bring value to anyone that's supporting me on my Patreon and my website, where I include either drum kits or samples or loops and all that kind of stuff. So I'll leave a link to both of them in the description so you guys can check them out there. But yeah, thank you for your question, my friend. Okay, so the next bit, I'm gonna do a quick fire question. Best free VST, Tal 106, the Juno 106 sampler. Can you speak Hindi or Punjabi? I can speak both Hindi and Punjabi. Hey, I'm a producer. Do you think it's better to change my IG from JPrat Official to JPrat Beats? I don't think it really matters what your name is as long as you're consistent between all your social media platforms. So if you're Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, everything is the same thing. It's a lot easier for people to find you. How to not sound dated, sound selection help. Listen to new beats, get inspired from new beats, try and recreate beats, see how they do them, just apply them to your own beats. What's your job? I'm homeless right now, so that's my job. When are we getting a Sikky Beats competition? I think I'm gonna probably do a competition of some sorts sometime around 5,000 subscribers is when I would like to do that, because there's more of a following, there's more people that can apply. Favorite plugins for mixing and mastering, not FL Native. Waves, SSL, E channel and G channel, TR5 Saturate, all the native instrument plugins, SSL G comp, Valhalla reverb, Klanghelms compressors, the Waves CLA bundle. Those plugins I probably have on every single one of my songs, at least one of them. If you guys aren't already subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. If you enjoyed this video, go leave a like. If you have any questions, comments, or anything you want to ask that I didn't get to answer, leave them in the comments. I'm always obviously reading all the questions and answering every single one of them. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for your ongoing support and continually watching these videos and giving me feedback. I'm always trying to improve. I'm always trying to bring you more value, and I really couldn't get as far as I've gotten today without any of you guys' help. So thank you, and that's going to be the end of this video. Good things.